So hello and welcome to Ye Odd Pod,
Yeah,
as it has been dubbed just
name
now.
name pending, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, I guess. Well, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. It's short, simple. Might
But
start drinking some whiskey. Maybe I already am on it.
yeah,
Who knows? No,
but
I'm not. Um, right. So we're here to talk about games. I think
yeah,
primarily.
uh,
Uh,
our favorite game sort of franchises or just games generally, not in any order, because can't
no,
go towards them.
I, I
Don't have
caught
time
an
for that.
eye.
Don't have
But
time for that.
let's begin back in the dawn of time where worms existed.
I
Just
forgot
worms.
about worms. I
You
forgot
did
about
forget
worms.
worms. Don't forget about worms because they're so small and you crush on them sometimes and you feel kind of bad.
Ah,
But really, you just want to scrape it off your shoe. But,
ah,
so now everyone will probably, lots of people will say that the original worms would be the best. I think it was on
yeah,
PlayStation 1, or was it before that? You know, when they were like tiny little pixels and that was literally it. And the
yeah,
cluster grenade was the best weapon in the game.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, apart from the banana one, but you'd spend like so long making bases or setting up that the timer would go down and then everyone would have one health, and then you're like, oh,
And then they
let's set
just
this up
die.
now. Set this up now. Yeah,
um, the thing I liked most, the games I actually liked most were Worms World War and Worms Armageddon. They were on a PlayStation 1 also, I think. PlayStation 2. I don't know, I had them on PC actually, Worms World War. Um, is it called World War or is it called Worms at War?
I'm not even sure. I've only
One of
just
the
thought
two.
it was called worm. You've got a worm.
What was it called instead? Crawling pink things. But yeah, the thing I loved the most about Worms though was how good you could get with ninja rope.
Yeah, apart from the glitch ruined it a bit because
What
it was
what
like right superiority that you could always get someone on the left because you could do that glitch and you could just move to the left. Yeah, but
I've
yeah,
never
I
encountered that.
I'd agree with that one. Good one. Um, I think
Thanks.
we're gonna have a similar theme because most of my games on here are older games.
I do
So
actually have some newer games as well,
yeah, but
but um,
I don't know if it's just because when you're kids, it feels like they're a lot better, and when you play them again, it I don't know brings up all those memories
yeah,
playing the game, being like
yeah,
a
definitely. I
terrorist.
mean, the thing I go to every week though, every Friday night, again tomorrow it's the last one. They're breaking up for Christmas for a little while. Um, is the retro gaming night. They have it upstairs in a pub. It's free entry in that, and they just have really retro consoles everywhere, and you just come and game. And it's great. So that's rekindled a lot of old memories from gaming. Some of which that I'd forgotten all about.
I thought you were gonna say some of which I suppressed. I do actually have, I do actually have some suppressed ones.
Of course I do. Everyone does, don't they?
Mainly, I'll tell you later.
Stop recording for a second.
Yeah. Oh god.
But no, yeah. Like, do you like Alex Kidd? Was do you remember Alex Kidd? Alex
Um,
the Kid?
I've only played it like a few years ago. I don't
Oh,
think I ever like played it when I was younger.
well, snap, son.
Cause like the oldest games I sort of played were on like floppy disks, and people don't even know what floppy disks are. It was like an Aladdin game. It's like a
I
2D
remember.
side
Yeah,
scroller, and like
yeah.
the Lion King one where you're like little Simba.
I remember a Lion King one.
Oh, and
It was
Lemmings.
insanely difficult.
Yeah, pretty hard
Great,
game.
great stuff.
But the one I actually have on my list though is Unreal Tournament. It's
Ah,
yeah, that's probably one of my favorite shooters, or probably is my favorite shooter actually. Either the best ones I think are like I think it's 99 and 2004. In the 99 one, they are tournaments rather than the new one which isn't a tournament. It's
yeah,
hard. But in the 2004 one, you can like make your own team and like do this thing called blood rights, and you like steal their team members.
that's
Pretty
cool.
cool. Yeah.
I've only actually played the newest one, which is 3, I think. I'm on 3, which
Oh,
we've played together on the Xbox 360. But that was the only one I've actually ever played.
missing
So
out.
it's
Definitely missing out.
evidently I feel I should try and do something.
Even like
I should try and do
even
something.
the 99 one I played like a year or two ago. I thought that was
Right.
pretty cool. But it's
Yeah.
just like a really fast paced game, and you just really gory, and they always swear at each other. But so it was a great game when I was like 10. When they're like, "I'm gonna poop down your neck," but in like a horrible, worse way.
I think poop down your neck was a pretty messed up thing to say,
And
personally.
yeah, it was just like me. I don't think I ever went online, because if I went online, I'd just be like, "Yeah, yeah," shooting each other. But
Would you be the one screaming down the mic to other people, Ian?
yeah, done noob.
Yeah.
Reckon our game.
I knew it. I knew you'd be like that.
For us hardcore gamers, hardcore 10-year-olds. We're in our prime at 10. Any older than that, then not really Unreal Tournament material. Too old now. Too
Well,
old.
you kicked out. You kicked
Yeah,
out if you're
got some new 10-year-olds in.
not. Come on, 10-year-old. Get
But
in
yeah,
there. Die
that.
for the cause, 10-year-old.
But that was one of my favorite ones. I think I'm
Alright.
still waiting for them to make an actual tournament game. Not
Isn't
that.
there another? Surely there's another one coming out soon.
I hope so. Don't get my hopes up, man.
I mean, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Been a long while.
Come on, it's been a while.
Just a
Yeah.
slight nudge
Wink, wink.
towards the developers. Ian will attack you if you do not make another game. Right, Ian?
Oh, they're making that Unreal Engine, but the another game they're making is with the Unreal Engine, but I think it's like sort of fanny, sort of like fans, not fanny,
What do you mean?
like fans made it,
What? I
like
never
sort
thought
of
I'd hear you say
made
that.
by no,
Such language.
no,
Such language.
but it's like made sort of by fans. So if they actually make it a tournament, then I'll be happy. But I think they're focusing too much on graphics. The
Well,
Unreal Engine, they've
yeah,
given
the
it.
Unreal Engine has been what it's been. On that note, quickly, I don't suppose you saw any of the clips of someone that had redone The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time with the newest Unreal Engine.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I prefer them. It looks
I
impressive,
Yeah, I think it looked beautiful.
it's hard. It looks hard to get around places
That
without the
depends
old
on
blocky.
comparables, really. But
But yeah, that was that was my one under tournament. Do
okay, okay, cool. Well, going on to that same kind of developers, really, Gears of War, one of my favorites. And not too old either.
yeah.
Well, they're all on the 360 actually, aren't they? So there you go. Um, I recently started reading the books as well. I've still got a couple to read, but that very very in depth. Very in depth. And they kind of go in between each of the gears. There's flashbacks and shit. One of them's a
Hmm.
prequel. Um, but yeah, no, Gears of War. There's 1, 2, 3, and then there's Judgment, which is the prequel. Um,
Yeah. We don't
which
talk about Judge.
debatably one of the worst in the series.
Definitely, yeah,
That
definitely the
said,
worst.
that said, the campaign is quite gripping, although extremely glitchy. Currently having a run through with some of the guys. I think
Mm.
we're almost at the end now. I think we've got like 2 more chapters to go, and we've had to restart a couple times purely for glitches. The most common one being if you are wielding a sword. You know what the butchers have.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they're called. I've got a name. It's been a while. But yeah, then and you die, you just remain standing up,
Oh yeah.
and
You sort
everyone
of run
carries
around.
on like nothing happened. And then eventually, at any point, you could just drop dead, and then
Yeah.
mission over.
We had that one.
It's just like
That class.
what? But no, Gears of War 1. I got an Xbox quite late, and so when I was on Gears of War, finished the campaign. I played each one through campaign first with my bro actually. That was like our thing. The one game we'd always play together. Um, but yeah, and after I finished the campaign, tried online. Do not do that. Do not go on Gears
No.
1 online. only the pros play. Boy, did I get killed.
Yeah,
I They made my skull into some sort of decorative ornament for their mother on Mother's Day, you know. At the very least, that's what they did. Oof.
it was like one of the hardest on mine. I think it's
Um,
it was one of the ones where I would do like below average.
yeah, well, then that's
Uh,
fair enough. But Gears 2, though, when I moved on to that online, I got really quite into that. I actually made a couple of random American friends I actually spoke to down mics and stuff with, and one was German actually, I think. And I'd helped them out on Horde mode. It was the first time Horde mode was in it, and it was great fun, great fun.
yeah, I
Um,
remember now staying up like when I was in school. I think I was in school. Must have
you,
been
you probably were, yeah, when it first came
because
out. You must have been,
when they charge the mulcher,
yeah.
we always go do 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 because it's like one of those music boxes.
I've never done that before, but that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Well,
Uh, but yeah, no, and then so that was a good one, and I was on par. I was pretty good at multiplayer on that because it was relatively new out. Gears 3, I'd caught up by then and got it, pre-ordered as soon as it came out. I was on the top. I think I'm the highest level of my friends because I what's that thing? We like re-up.
prestige.
Prestige, that's the word. That's the ticket.
Prestige.
I prestige on that. So I prestige once.
That means you're popular.
That's right. That's right, Ian. That means I'm great and I have a life. Mm. But yeah, no, that was good. Although what I didn't like about that is, what did they do? What did they do to that? Oh no, that one was fine actually. They had Horde mode and they brought in Beast mode, which was really good. Different. Need to be longer in my opinion because it's only like 12 rounds, whereas Horde is like 50 rounds. Why didn't they do that with Beast?
Why didn't they do that with Beast? The ultimate question.
But yeah, Gears of War, one of my favourites. The books only add to the storyline, and the characters are believable, if not insanely huge and chunky, just like everyone in Unreal Tournament.
Yeah, good game.
Come on, Ian.
So, so my
Talk.
one. So my one's kind of I have to kind of group these ones together because
Right.
they're kind of similar. There's a lot of games I had when I was younger that are my favorite because you have some sort of monster and you like train it. So
Mm.
I'm referring to Monster Hunter 2, not
Yeah.
3 or 4. There's
Oh.
a Game Boy game called Azure Dreams or Asia Dreams and Pokemon. So
Yeah.
Monster Hunter 2, you it's quite a cool little system. So what you do, you go to this thing called the Shrine and you put in like a music CD or another PlayStation CD and it gives you a random monster and like you train these monsters and then you go into tournaments and fight them. You like they get stressed and you can feed them and then you just you can fuse them and like that's one of the best bits. You can fuse like a dinosaur with like an eyeball. And you can get like a green eyeball or like a dinosaur with one eye. There's like loads of different variations and stuff. But
Like it.
yeah, that's
I want that dinosaur.
Monster Hunter 2 pretty cool. I watched a little bit of the anime as well. I wouldn't recommend much
There
of
was
it
an
now.
anime.
Yeah,
Oh.
there's like a talking hare, and it's like this boy, and there's these disc stones which are the same things. Going to the shrine and putting your PlayStation CD in it, and like recovering monsters. But that Age Your Dreams pretty similar. Like in Game Boy, you start off in this town, and it's got this tower. Your dad has like vanished, so you go to this tower, and you get this thing called a collar.
Mm.
Put it on a monster, and you find eggs. And if you hatch the eggs, you can like get these new monsters, and you put a collar on it, and then you just like try to ascend the tower, and you get treasure and stuff. And you like recall yourself back to town, and then you have to start from the beginning again. But you have like your items and stuff,
Hmm.
and
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's that
That
one's
sounds
another one.
pretty cool.
That was that one. And then
See, those two, Monster Archer and As Your Dreams, was it? Never. I've heard Monster Archer. I've seen you guys playing that before. Not the As Your Dreams one. I think you've mentioned it before,
it's
but
it's
they both
such
seem pretty cool.
it's such like a vague game. I don't think I've seen anyone else got it or talked about it before. But everyone's, I think they've talked about the PlayStation one, but no one's I've seen got a Game Boy one. Like my parents seem to got all these really rare Japanese imports or something that are like worth like £40 now or
Your
something.
dad's like some sort of guy who does industrial
Yeah.
espionage with Japanese video games. That's it. That is his. What is your dad's job? You don't know.
Yeah.
That's it.
I was
See?
thinking it was just this random guy that says his stuff is genuine. He's like, yeah, sure. My son wants Monster Fighter XD. Sure. I want a
Capcom.
Pokemon, Dad.
No, son, this is better. But dad,
These are
please.
Brokemon. Collect them all. Train and battle your frog. I don't want to.
Ribbit.
Yeah, of course there's the big one, Pokemon, pretty much.
Yeah,
That's a pretty popular one. I don't know if we need to talk about
everyone.
that one.
Well,
Pretty
we can. We
popular
don't. We're not like hipsters here. We can talk
one.
about things popular as
No,
well.
never.
It's like I'm actually going to reference this really obscure game that no one would have heard of.
Here's your
What's
dreams,
that? You've heard
yeah.
about it? Wait, we're not speaking about that one anymore. That's not what you're doing there. No, Pokemon, right? Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay, because I know that I can do it, but can you? Can you list the Pokemon games in chronological order? You know, like the whole, started with Red and Blue, and then went up to the next generation, blah blah. Can you do that for all the Pokemons? Go now,
what are the
now, go.
games?
All the games, yeah.
Uh,
Just obviously Game Boy and a handheld. We don't want to go into console just yet. We'll touch on
okay.
that later. You can say a lot about Pokemon. Okay, go on,
All
start.
right. Not including trading card game
No, not
or like
okay, go.
Nap.
No.
Okay. I think it was Blue and Green in like Japan,
Whoa.
and then
Oh,
okay, but
right.
okay, we'll stick with English. Red, blue, red and blue, and then yellow, and then
Yeah,
gold and silver, and then crystal, which
yeah.
had all these. And it was
Go on.
ruby, sapphire, and then emerald,
That's all right.
and then
Yeah.
it was like the worst ones I think because they were
I like
testing
them.
3D.
I like
Was
them.
diamond and pearl, and then what is it? I don't know what the other one was. Diamond and
Um,
pearl, and don't know.
I actually platinum.
Platinum. Okay.
Yep. You
Uh
got one wrong, but I stumbled on that as well, so I forgive you. Go on.
then it was
You're almost there.
what was that? Black and white, black and white two, and
Yeah.
then wait, is that it?
No, a few more, a few more.
Oh
And
yeah,
and
fire red.
technically, you have, yeah. Well, I'm not sure when Fire Red and Leaf Green came out
Yeah.
on the 3DS now.
What?
Come on, you know this.
I probably have them, but I don't remember. What?
Do you want me to X and Y, my good friend?
Oh, of course.
X
Yeah.
and Y, and then it's Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah. I actually really enjoyed black and white because what I did, I looked up nothing, and then there were all these new Pokemon, and I was just like, wow! So I was like collecting them all. I
Yeah,
felt
that's what I've actually got done.
that's
I got Pokemon
yeah,
Black last Christmas, just because I hadn't played them at all. I played every other game in the genre, but not those. I kind of missed those out,
yeah.
and so I just went through it again and started playing that. And I did it straight away, Nuzlocking as well.
Oh, what?
Yeah, just suck the enjoyment out of it.
But that was the most I've enjoyed a Pokemon game for a while. I think the black and
So,
white.
so when you say looked it up, you mean in every other one you looked up like a guide on how to do
Um,
it, or
I
the
looked up
story, or
Pokemon
do
or
you just
like
mean the Pokemon? Like
yeah, like
Pokemon coming out?
there's some like I was like I don't want to waste my time with this one if it's gonna be ugly when it evolves. Or is this one awful? Like the first one you find, you're like, it looks cool, but is it going to be terrible and hold me back?
Yeah. Will this evolve into a beast or a little worm? Fair enough. One
Yeah.
let's see, what did I like? My favorite one, I think personally. Um, I don't know. See, like you were saying before, I really enjoyed Pearl. I had Pokemon Pearl. I did. Got it down here actually. And I really enjoyed that. It was newest one after something, but I think the one I spent the most time on was actually playing the remake of Red and Blue, because I had a Nintendo SP, Nintendo Advance SP.
Oh,
Do you have one of those?
yeah, had the light on it.
Yeah,
That's
backlight. Oh, and the first chargeable one.
yeah.
So that's why I wouldn't go to bed. Well, I would get bed. I'd be in bed, but just sitting there playing Pokemon
We
constantly.
just saying you're a bad kid. I wouldn't go to bed.
Yeah, no one tells Jason
It's
what
a
to
damn Pokemon,
do.
making a bad influence on him.
What I like about that is just how long it goes. I honestly think what I would love them to do is just keep adding stuff. So after the main storyline, you defeat the Elite Four, maybe a bit like the villain, you defeat them, then you unlock a bit of extra shit. In Gold and Silver, they had the great idea, obviously, of a new Elite Four and all the gems, and then going to Kanto of the first
Yeah.
one, doing all the other gems, and then another Elite Four. That was, in my opinion, one of the greatest things about those ones, because of
Yeah.
how long-winded that is. And then at the end, you climb Mount fucking Silver and fight Ash himself.
Yeah.
What's better than that?
To say it's like he's kind of Ash, but he's like it's like a manga, so he's
Well,
not really
yeah,
Ash.
he's red.
Yeah.
Just, he's got a Pikachu, fuck's sake. That's Ash.
Hey, it's Ash. I saw the Pikachu.
I love a lady Pikachu,
Yeah.
by the way, which you can take out of Earthquake if you've got any ground
With a
type.
Geodude.
Yeah.
Get him, level 2
he, was,
Geodude.
he was like, Pika Pika! Oh, he's dead.
He only had electric attack. But, yeah. There's some good. We're still waiting for the like a Pokemon MMO, but they're gonna keep milking it. These new kids,
Like a milk tank.
they're gonna milk it like a milk tank. Yeah, there's new kids coming out going, "Oh, what's this?" And they don't want to play black and white, as in
Who would?
all the Game Boy Color ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Uh,
my monster choice, monster choice.
yeah, no,
Game of Monsters.
definitely, I definitely have to agree with those.